than immigration restrictions allow. In 1917, Lord Allenby conquered the Holy Land, and the Jews were promised a national home in Palestine by the Earl of Balfour, a policy endorsed by Woodrow Wilson and by the League of Nations, which made Palestine a British mandate. But in 1939, Great Britain was faced with war, and at Haifa in Palestine was the terminus of an oil pipeline from Iraq. Overnight, the Middle East became a vital strategic area. Through it ran the Suez Canal, Britain's lifeline to the Far East. Peace had to be maintained in the Arab states so that Great Britain would be assured of an oil supply to fuel her planes and tanks and ships in the coming battle. To calm the Arab world, London produced in 1939 a white paper which strictly limited immigration into Palestine. Many fair-minded men and women found this policy a relic of the days of appeasement, and throughout the war it was under attack from many sides.
This conference urges the British government to abrogate the policy set out in the White Paper of 1939 and to open Palestine to unrestricted Jewish immigration and resettlement.
In 1945, with war's end, the British Labour Party, committed to a liberal immigration policy in Palestine, was swept into power, and a new cabinet was formed, headed by the sincere and progressive Clement Attlee. Quickly, the London spokesman for the Arab states warned Britain's new government that the Labour Party's policy was not acceptable to the Arabs.
Every Jew that arrives in Palestine is one more brick in the structure of the proposed Zionist state, one more unit towards the Zionist majority against the Arabs, so that it is impossible for the Arabs to regard the matter only in its humanitarian aspect. The political question was finally settled by the White Paper, and any attempt to force more refugees on Palestine now, on whatever grounds it is ostensibly made, would be a breach of that settlement.
A prompt answer came from Professor Harold J. Lasky, chairman of the Labour Party and semi-official advisor to Great Britain's new government.
The Labour government must make sure that pan-Arabism, so carefully cultivated since 1939, understands decisively that the tragic remnant of European Jewry will not be sacrificed to make a holiday for Arab landlords in the Middle East.
Palestine has for centuries been the focal point of many religions, birthplace of the Christian and Hebrew faiths, and sacred to the Muslim world as well. Though Palestine is still predominantly Arab, the Jewish population increased greatly from the early 20s until 1940. Since that time, as a result of British immigration restrictions, the Jewish increase has scarcely kept pace with that of the Arabs. But those immigrants who